I was just thinking about your wins, right? This is another big milestone win. You're racking up the wins, all that. I can't say this for certain, but there's a good chance we have all of your win interviews on WFO Radio. If not all, like many,
Pretty close.
Matt Hagan performances, and you always prioritize coming on the show, and I appreciate that.
53 of them, man.
That's wild. Could you have imagined that? You know, like this is Hall of Fame career you're having. The fourth championship locked that in. The third championship locked that in. Fourth championship, truly. But now one of the greatest of all time and still going.
Oh, I'm just blessed to be around it, man. I mean, it's really been about my guys, you know what I mean? And just, 53 wins. When I was like 12, 13 years old, I heard these fuel cars take off in Bristol, and I just had never dreamed of that I'd be behind one of them and being able to win and, hold up trophies and just the experience that you get with your guys, your core group that, the watching them put in the sweat and the blood and the tears and all the stuff that it takes to make this thing happen. And it just unbelievable career so far, so we're all working hard, man, but so is everybody else, and I think that's what's so motivating is that there's the class is so competitive now. I mean, back in the day, not taking anything away from force or anything, but man, it was about, there was no rules really. Like it's just how much money could you spend to innovate and how fast can you go? And if you had enough pocketbook behind you, you could outrun everybody. Now these rules, they're trying to slow us down every weekend, and the class is so tight and it's so competitive that it's unbelievable. I mean, there's just it's hard to dominate. And so you got to tip your cap to, Proc and Beckman and those guys that have been out here running away with it a little bit, so it says a lot, so I'm very, very impressed with those two cars, but those are the cars we have to beat, and those are the ones we have to step up to. And we're right there doing it,
We all are impressed by what they have been able to do, but there's a countdown reset for a reason, and it's to give people that are kind of getting acclimated and building chemistry the opportunity to use the first half of the season to be at their best at the end of the season, where everybody battle royal at their best. And that's what we're seeing. Talk about the relationship with Dickie Venables. Was amazing for many years. All those championships, 3 championships. I know you got one with Tommy D and then 3 with Dickie, as I understand it. And then a change. And I understand why. Like Mike Knudsen is this young man who's been just patiently waiting for his opportunity, and his opportunity has to come. And it's really cool that Dickie has got to win with JR. Now you guys have got to win, but that had to change some things within your team. Did you have to relearn anything, do anything? Take me through that transition.
Yeah, the transition is pretty simple. I mean, it's straightforward. Mike Knudsen has been under Dickie for 15 years. And I think, as anyone can understand, they said, hey, man, it's my time to have a shot to try to do this thing. We're either going to, go here or stay here or do whatever, but I'm going to be a crew chief somewhere. And he had a big offer on the table from a dragster. And, we sat down as a group, talked to Tony a little bit, and Leo was involved. Everybody was involved. I mean, it was a group effort of figuring out, like, what do we do? How do we give Newt a shot? But also, how do we keep Dickie and, maybe as a consultant or something like that? But, basically he's like, look, man, I got, an offer over here, and I'm probably going to take 5 or 6 of these guys with me. And it's that kind of very challenging to rebuild a team. And, it's hard enough to find one replacement. Like we've had a fill-in bottom end guy all year. And Matt, he's just doing a great job, but he's got a business and he's traveling, and, his wife letting him go on the road for the weekends. And it's tough to find guys. So long story short, it just basically, I was like, the wheels are falling off of this bus. It's just a matter of when, and it was just Tony had to make some hard decisions of like, hey, do we bring Newt up and, keep all of our guys intact, or do we, give Dickie an opportunity to be a consultant and, move that around where he could oversee 2 cars. And I think Dickie, at the end of the day, he decided that he just wanted to still be, a crew chief and not a consultant. And, and so that decision had to be made amongst those guys, and Tony made some hard decisions, but I think you have to promote within, you have to let people grow, and Dickie, there's no bad blood there, man. Dickie called me as soon as we won, and he was just like, super congratulations. He's like, I was really proud of Newt. He's like, I even teared up when I saw it, man. So I think there's love there, and I think there's one of those things where Dickie's got to be proud of Newt because he taught him everything he knows, you know what I mean? And, and Phil Schruller coming into the mix, they worked well together. Newt had worked with Phil on the dragster with Spencer Massey for years, so they had a great relationship. They got along great, and also when Newt took the assistant position, Phil was one of those guys was like, I'm not going to let you fail. If you have questions, if whatever happens, he's like, I'm going to help you. So that relationship was really strong a long time ago. Bringing Phil in was a great add. I think Phil really has helped turn, Tony's car around a little bit. Those guys have lots of questions for Phil, and Phil's been over there and they've been over in our lounge, and it's just a great chemistry and everybody's working really well together. And I think you can see Boss Man's pretty happy. I mean, he's won some races, and we're allowed to put sharp objects back in the trailer now. And, it's just one of those things where Tony is just, I think he's enjoying racing and enjoying his family, enjoying his kid. His wife, Leah, she's kind of like boss lady, man. She's over here making decisions and making calls and doing things. So it's got a nice real flow to it right now. And, everything's just, everybody in our camp is really excited to be there. We're all, got smiles on our face, and we're all working hard behind the scenes.